Where did I just teleport into? I think I just teleported into another CubeTalk. Hello everyone, Seth here from Google Productions, and welcome back to CubeTalk. This is episode number 5. I got nothing further to say, so let's get to it. Now quick, to the update! So Canon jumped into the 4K DSLR bandwagon recently with their announcement of the 1DX Mark II. This puppy can shoot 4K video at an impressive 60 frames a second, which is pretty cool in itself, on top of having a full frame 20.2 megapixel sensor and all that kind of stuff. I'm glad to see Canon finally get on that level, that 4K level. But keep in mind that this 4K capability is only in their top tier flagship DSLR. So if you plan on investing $6,000 into a killer 4K camera body, you might as well go over to Red Digital's website and pre-order their new Raven camera. It costs the same insane amount of money, but it'll at least get you some pretty fantastic color science, quality, and raw recording. You'll get an extra half K in resolution too, and even if the accessories are legally more expensive, you might as well go the distance anyway if you're willing to spend $6 grand on the camera body alone. Speaking of 4K DSLRs though, I've talked to my share of photographers who all seem to agree with me that the Nikon D500's cruddy 4K recording limits are a complete bummer. And if you guys don't know about that, I kind of ranted about it a few weeks ago in this video right here. It'll be, it's up there for you guys. Up in the corner, right there, yeah. So out of interest, I went back to Nikon's website recently and checked back in on the specifications to see if they had done any sort of revisions. I was pleasantly surprised to find that Nikon had revised the maximum recording time for 4K from 3 minutes to 30 minutes. Apart from Nikon's official website, however, there is no other source to confirm this information. But considering it is the official Nikon website, I'm willing to trust that, for now at least, it is confirmed. So good on Nikon for at least recognizing the issue. But don't you be lying to us though. Look, I'm not gonna come out and say that a small recording limit is a bad idea, but it's a bad idea. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Looks like we got some breaking news. Let's get to it. Sony has just announced a follow-up model to their popular A6000 mirrorless interchangeable lens camera, and it literally happened right before I started shooting this. The A6300 has a 24.2 megapixel sensor in Sony's APS-C form factor. It can record 4K using the entire sensor, as opposed to cropping the sensor when recording, which is common in many cameras. It will also record full HD in 120 frames a second. And it even has some pretty impressive low light abilities that, while they don't quite reach A7S II level, they can theoretically get pretty close. One of the other changes with this model is just a small one. I mean, it's nothing big, it's only one of the best consumer autofocus systems in the entire world. The best thing about this camera, however, is the price, which clocks in at around $999.99, which is to say 999, whatever, it's $1,000, okay? Can they stop listing it like that? While this is still reaching a little bit for us low budget folks, it's far more attainable than its big brother, the A7S Mark II. That's 2 L's, 2 I's, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what they are. This camera, man, wow. This thing is gonna be amazing. I just have to do it. Cue that soundbite.
Swag.
Take that, Nikon and Canon. Sony is winning this game big time. It's just too good. It's like way better than what Nikon has right now. I mean, okay, let's be honest for a second. Let's be real. This is unscripted. Nikon's 4K camera, like their lower end one, is still $2,000. It uses a crop sensor when it records 4K. So the fact that Sony took all of these incredible features and just like stuffed them into like a smaller camera, it's honestly, it's smaller than this one, that's insane. Like really, it's unbelievable. Usually, now there's probably gonna be some trade-off to this, but you know, I'll wait for the reviews to find out. But if Sony made this camera and there aren't any like game-breaking flaws in it, it could be literally one of the best cameras ever. I could easily see it dominating the market. So now that we finally got all of that out of the way, let's talk. The major news topic of the past week on YouTube are the Fine Brothers. And if you don't know who the Fine Brothers are and you watch my videos, you probably don't watch much YouTube at all. So I'll go ahead and summarize this really quickly for you. The Fine Brothers are an entertainment duo made famous by their particular brand of reaction videos on YouTube. Reaction videos feature random people as they watch and react to a particular video or piece of media. The Fine Brothers have made a YouTube empire from these react videos, and are somewhat notorious for taking down other reaction videos on YouTube that aren't featured under their brand. They made a special announcement this week about React World, a new program they were starting on YouTube by which content creators could create official React videos through a licensing program that would give the Fine Bros a small cut of the generated ad revenue and would in turn offer supposed access to official resources. Unlicensed videos would be dealt with accordingly. Through this React World program, the Fine Bros also filed a trademark on the word React. They said this was a way to protect their branding from copycats and freebooters that upload copies of official Fine Brothers videos to make illegal revenue for themselves. They seem to put this React World program out there as the saving grace for content creation on YouTube. Now, I'm not going to say that having a history of copyright takedowns like they do and deciding to announce a program like that is an incredibly stupid idea, but it's an incredibly stupid idea. I don't usually think of the internet as a violent place, but the response to this React World program is something that I can only describe as violent. The internet reacted so violently to this that the Fine Bros pretty much lost credibility with just about everyone, and what was portrayed as a historic event quickly became historic for a completely unintended reason. You see, this React World program would allow people to create basically official React videos. But the problem is that it would also give the Fine Brothers control over a large portion of YouTube videos that they haven't even created. This means that they could potentially just flag them at any time for any reason and they would win. And unlicensed videos from people who didn't want to have to go through all the licensing would either be taken down or have their ad revenue directly diverted over to the Fine Bros in its entirety. And look, when it comes down to the YouTube content ID and copyright infringement systems, I trust both of those about as far as I can throw them, which, considering my upper body strength, is not at all. Thousands upon thousands of tweets and videos are out there against the React World program, so let me go ahead and break down the variety of messages. 60% of them are pure knee-jerk, flipping the bird both literally and metaphorically at the Fine Brothers. 5% or less are actually defending the Fine Bros, saying that this system is justified and it won't be that bad. But the remaining 35% are my favorite, because they're saying, look, I get it. You need to protect your brand. But considering your history, don't you think it's a bit much? Those are the sensible people, and there are a surprising number of them. They get it. The Fine Bros need to ensure their intellectual property. But at the same time, they understand that with the Fine Brothers' history, the system is largely susceptible to some old-fashioned abuse. I screwed that up. I'm sorry. The one thing I will say is absolutely unacceptable is their attempt to trademark the word React. They have no right to do that. Well, technically they do, but it's really stupid. And not just because they weren't the first to make reaction videos. Words like that really shouldn't be copyrighted in my opinion, even in context, because there's simply too much of a gray area to misinterpret things. There's a reason that multi-channel networks are out there. They already protect YouTube creators and their intellectual property. We just can't have actual YouTubers earning revenue off of other people's content just because they're in the same genre. And that's similar to monopolization, and that's just not right. So I'm sorry, Fine Brothers, but I'm inclined to agree with the people of the interwebs here. I guess you could say that the Fine Brothers are not fine. And thank you guys so much for watching once again. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please smash that like button and subscribe for more videos about filmmaking and film and other cool stuff, including some gaming here and there. And yeah, go ahead and leave a comment down below if you have any recommendations for stuff I should make on the channel or the videos that I already make. And until next time, I'm Seth from Hugo Productions, and I'll see you in the next video. Back at my lounge again, someone just left like this huge cookie on the table. It's a huge cookie. It's like that freaking big. It's like a full 4 inches in diameter. It's crazy. Like, That's a large cookie. Let's be honest here. Is that 4? 4? Yeah, it's like 4. Who would leave a cookie that's that large sitting on the middle of a table? You know, on the plus side though, we got a new TV in the lounge here. I mean, I set up my GameCube on it. I have a GameCube. It's the best console ever. And I mean, it's like, it's really cool. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I spent like this past weekend a whole night like eating pizza and gaming on it with a lot of friends. So that was really cool. I just don't know what to do. This is take 2. This is pretty weird.